Yes, good morning to everyone. Have a great day. We are going to discuss about the sampling today. The last class, what we have discussed, a mode of data collection. In the primary sources, we have discussed. And the three modes are direct personal interview, which is face-to-face interview. And number two is mailing questionnaire method, which means the list of questions which is prepared by the investigator and sent through mail with the request of filling the form and send it back in a particular period of time, that is mailing method. And third one is telephonic method. We have discussed through the telephone the investigator will gather the information from the particular informants, and within a short period of time it is relatively low cost. So many things we have discussed in the last class. And pilot survey we have discussed. What do you mean by pilot survey? The pre-testing of questionnaire. Before going to take a survey in an overall area like a census, the government is taking the census 10 year once already, I have told you. Before going to take a details of question, which are the question is required to gather the information, first the government will prepare the required information from the informant or the population. First they will prepare the mock test they will select some people and they'll gather the information. So this and all we have discussed, that is known as pilot survey. And these things we have discussed in the last class. And what do you mean by population, census which means complete enumeration, sample or sample survey, isn't it? Okay, number one is sample. First census or method of complete enumeration we have discussed. Which means when we take into investigator, when the investigator include the or gather the information from each and every element of the population is known as method of complete enumeration or census method. And next one, what do you mean by population? We have discussed population, which means the totality of the item under study. For example, I told you, if you want to know the agriculture farmer status of agriculture farmer in Mandya district, we should go and gather the information from only farmer population, not from the other people. It can be you should not go to the industrialist or service sector employees or household casual workers. So you should meet the farmers to know the status of how was the status of production, sales and income of their life, income of this lockdown period. So you will gather the information, that is population. So totality of the items under the study. So if you are taking the female status working population in Bangalore, you should go and gather the information from the working women. Okay, so this is population. And sample, what do you mean by sample survey or sampling? We have discussed sample, which means the selected people or a number of people which is selected from the population to gather the information or reliable or accurate information which will be gathered from these particular people. Okay, I told you the example, the class representative or school representative, they will give the reliable or required information on behalf of the population. So the representative sample or good sample, they should have a good quality to provide the entire information. That's what we appoint the representative on the basis of their characters, qualities. There is required qualities are there for the good sample. Okay, this and all we have discussed in last class. Okay, ma. Now we are going to discuss about the sampling. Today concept is sampling. I told you yesterday the representative sample, no, how we are finding out the sample. So now the sampling is a process of extracting sample from the population is called as sampling. The process information is the data collected. Investigation, which means it is the process of gathering information, isn't it? Can you identify the information? What I am saying? So if I have a information about the students, that is information, finished one. So if I go to meet the students, if I go to the students to gather the information, that is the process, no? That is known as investigation. The same way here, sampling, which means the process of extracting sample from the population. The process, see here in this picture, there are so many people are the red, blue, the balls are the red, blue and green, sorry, white. So they are selecting the samples from the entire population which is best, who can reliable or who can represent on behalf of others. In classroom the teacher will decide the representative. Even in voting system in election also we select the representative of the party, isn't it? That person can able to rule the country, rule the state or rule the area. So we will select our family members also. We have some people to guide. We don't approach to all the time to all the people, isn't it? If you are in an issue, you will have a personal one, those who are friendly and those who approach you and provide you reasonable information without revealing to others. That is the representative, isn't it? So here sampling is the process of extracting samples from the population. Okay, next concept is types of sampling. Okay, the process of extracting sample from the population is known as sampling. Here types of sampling, which mean there are two types of sampling are there. One is random sampling, another one is non-random sampling. Random sampling is kind of a lottery method. Randomly, probability of getting chance. The probability of getting chance of everyone, each and every element in the population is equal. For example, in 70 students in my class mean, if I am going to select the representative, I will write the names of 70 members and I will ask somebody to take one sheet paper. What name is getting, that people get a chance of being a representative of a class. This is random sampling. Randomly, which means everyone will get an equal chance. There is no partiality. My favorite students are he is smarter, he looks beauty or she looks beauty. Nothing will decide the selection of sampling. That is known as random sampling. Randomly, probability of getting equal chance of everyone. Okay, non-random sampling. Non-random sampling means that selection is based upon me. For example, in government exams and all, you know that there is a scale or restriction or guidelines or cut-off mark. You know that obviously you would be knowing the familiar word of cut-off mark. They'll be have a scale. This category, these people, male or female, or this category people will get this kind of seats. Even in employment opportunity, OC, forward caste, this many seats will be available for SC, ST. So the qualification, education qualification, if we are approaching for the defense, there will be a scale of physical fitness. So this is the non-random sampling. It based on the investigator. Understood, Amma? If I am selecting the sample in the classroom, suppose if I am going with the non-random sampling for selecting the representative. Okay, ma, what I will do, first I will see the students approach to the teacher with the respect and with the knowledge, and with should have a friendly nature to other students. They should approach to the students politely, friendly, and handle leadership quality that students should have. At the same time, they should have a respect on teachers, and they should have a reliability or accuracy, information gathering capacity. So many things we will see. So I will select the particular students to become a representative. So it's based on my selection, which means my opinion. That is non-random sampling. Random mean, I told you, equal chance of getting selected by everyone, because like a lottery system, 70 names of the students will be written in a paper, and I will ask one student to take a one sheet paper, and I will tell you are the representative in the classroom. That is random sampling. But non-random sampling, not like that, based on the investigator opinion. I will tell out of 70 students, he or she can be a representative because they have a particular quality what I expected. That is non-random sampling. Okay, ma. Now random sampling. What is random sampling? Explain briefly. This is 4 mark question, ma. So here you see the same what I said, the example, same answer only they are given. Random sampling is one which the individual units from the population are selected at random, equal chance of getting selected. Okay, ma. So example, the government wants to determine the impact of rise in petrol prices on the household budget of a particular locality. For this, representative, which means random sample of 30 households has to be taken and studied. Okay, in area 300 houses are there. Out of 300 houses, the government is selecting only 30 houses. The same of all 300 households of the area are written on the pieces of paper and mixed well. Then 30 names to be interviewed are selected one by one. In a random sample, each individual unit has an equal chance of getting selected. So similarly, in a lottery method, each individual unit is selected at random from the population and thereby has an equal opportunity of getting selected. As I said, same thing. In classroom, 70 members are there. If everyone having the interest to become a representative of a class, so what I will do, I will ask one student to write the piece of papers to write their names. All students' name, will put it in a bowl and will ask them to take a chit paper. They can be a representative. Same they are saying, they want to know the petrol prices, rise in petrol prices in a particular area. The government want to know the feedback or opinion of the area people. So what they will do, the 300 people also can write their opinion and write it in a piece of paper. It will be put it in a bowl. Out of 300 papers, 30 papers will be taken from the bowl randomly. So the 30 opinion overall they will get a conclude, okay, whether it is acceptable or justified. Okay, so this is the random sampling method. 4 more question, very easy to understand. Once you understand lottery method, you would have seen in the olden movies also, you would have heard in history paper, you would have studied same lottery method only, random sampling selection. And next one non-random sampling. See here, in a non-random sampling method, all the units of population do not have an equal chance of being selected. And judgment of investigator plays an important role in selection of sample. They select the sample on the basis of purpose, convenience, judgment or quota, etc. As I said, the non-random sampling is based on the investigator. I said if the government is going to recruit the position for some job, banking recruitment job or defense, teacher recruitment job, so many recruitment job vacancy or applications are coming now, there will be a scale which means qualification, eligibility criteria to attend the exam to get the job. So if you finish the PG or UG, Masters, PhD, so many qualification, additional qualification, maybe physical fitness for the railway employment or defense employment or police, so such kind of things. So scale will be there, that is known as non-random sampling. The selection will be based upon the investigator. They will be having some idea in their mind. So on the basis of their requirement, they will select the people. All the people in all the population, all the graduate cannot get a equal chance of getting the selected as a police or an inspector or a IAS or IPS or banking employee or IAS or a railway employee. Isn't it, ma? So I also finished BCom, he also finished BCom, I also finished MCom. You can't say like that. Though you finished, you should satisfy all the criteria which is required for the government. Okay, so additional, other than the BCom, you should have additional knowledge of a computer and some cultural activity certificates, and other than this NSS or NCC or a scout, so many additional activities, and you should have a eligibility to clear the exam. So many varieties are there, no? That is known as non-random sampling. Okay, ma? Next concept. Hope you understand the non-random sampling. Next one, sampling error. Sampling error, or briefly explain the sampling error. Briefly explain the sampling error. Yes, sampling error refers to the difference between the sample estimate and the actual value of the characteristics of population, that may be average income, etc. Okay, difference between the actual value and the sample value. Suppose from the population I have taken the sample 50 or 30, as I said 300, out of 300 household I have selected only 30 household, but original value from the other than 30, 300, 270 people opinion would be different. So if I get so much difference between the 30 from the 270 people opinion, that is known as error, which means mistakes. Okay, ma? So sampling error refers to the difference between the sample estimate and the actual value of characteristics of the population. It is the error that occurs when you make an observation from the sample taken from the population. Yes, as I said, if I taken the wrong samples from the team, they may give the wrong opinion. Suppose if I have taken the 30 people, I said no, sampling method, out of 300 households, 30 I am selecting. So 30 people, they may be, out of 30 people, maybe 50% of people, they are opponent party of the central government or state government. They don't like, though it is very useful or valuable for the people also. Some people blindly, you would be seeing in the olden days, and elderly people, they will be stitched with the parties. They don't concern about the programs, whether it is beneficial also they don't accept. Whatever you do, it is mistake only. Always they'll be ready for criticizing. Okay ma? So that kind of people, if they give the opinion, if I come to the judgment on the basis of that opinion, what will happen? There will be the difference between 270 people opinion and this 30 people opinion, isn't it? That is known as error. Okay ma? So sampling error refers to the difference between sample estimate and the actual value of characteristics of the population. It is the error that occurs when you make an observation from the sample taken from the population. Thus, the difference between the actual value of the parameter of the population from the sample is a sampling error. It is possible to reduce the magnitude of sampling error by taking the large number of samples. Suppose instead of taking the out of 300 people, only 30 if I am taking, that's what I am getting the errors. Suppose if I increase the number of samples out of the instead of 30 people, if I take a 60 people or 100 people out of 100 people, if I take a samples, so averagely at least I will reduce the mistake. I can able to reduce the mistake because the political party dependence will be less when I see the large number of samples. So the formula also given 1 mark. Suppose NCERT they may ask you to find out the sampling error. They will give the values of actual value and sample value. Suppose actual value is 50 and sample value is 30. Your answer is 20. So actual value minus sample value is sampling error. Okay ma? And last concept we are going to discuss non-sampling errors. Yes, sampling error and non-sampling error. While taking the samples can be a mistake. That is one kind I said. What do you mean by sampling also? First itself I said sampling is the process of extracting samples from the population. From the entire population, agriculture laborers I told you for the example for population. Population which means totality of the items under study. Okay. In that example what I said, Mandya district, agriculture farmers, status of agriculture farmers in Mandya district. Okay. In Mandya district I have taken the sample. For example, totally in Mandya district more than 50,000 farmers are there. For example, I am telling you. So, out of 50,000 population or agriculture farmers, have taken only 5,000 or 500 agriculture farmers. I am meeting the area wise, maybe ward wise. If I am meeting 500 means they may give the wrong opinion. So, what I may do, I may increase the population into 5,000 or 1,000. So, I will get a thing. So, sampling error can be rectified by taking the larger sample. But non-sampling error which is occur because of the collection of data. While collecting the data itself, some mistakes will happen. It cannot be rectified. This is very critical. So, what is the non-sampling error? Now we will discuss. See, it is caused by the factors other than the related to sample selection. Yes, I said if I selected 500 agriculture farmer, they may give the wrong information out of 50,000 people. So, I can increase the number of samples from 500 to 1,000 or 5,000. So, that can be rectified by taking the larger samples. But here, non-sampling error will occur other than the sampling error, which means maybe due to data collection or investigator side or informant side, this mistake will happen. So, when it happens, these kind of mistakes or error, it cannot be corrected. See, the mistakes how it will be happening. I will tell you the errors in data acquisition which means gathering, collecting the data. Errors in data acquisition, this type of error arises from the recording of incorrect responses. See in this image ma, first one is instrument, maybe definition and specification. I may go and I will ask the status of agriculture farmer. So, if I ask the general question, how is your status ma? How you are living? You are living in a hut or roofed house or bungalows. So, if I say no, they should understand what kind of question I am asking to the illiterate people. If they are unable to understand and if they are giving one opinion and my scale of a question is different, the data will make a mistake. And next one, defective. My questionnaire itself defective mean the answer obviously will become defective. I can't come to the judgment or conclusion. And questionnaire, of course I said questionnaire is prepared by the investigator for the purpose of investigation. Suppose if the questionnaire itself wrong, obviously the investigation will go wrong. And next one, Next one, defective measurement tools. Yes, if I am taking the tools measurement, which means he is those who are staying in a hut, they are below the poverty line. Those who are staying in a roofed house, they are rich or middle income group. Those who are staying in a bungalows, okay, I can keep like these kind of measurement tools. But those who stays in hut, you will be seeing in the villages, they are the middle income group or rich income group compared to the people those who stay in a roofed house, because they may be staying in a rental house, and these people can be staying in a own site, and they may have the so many land, okay, agriculture land. So you can compare with the help of their property or income. Instead of saying by seeing the outside focus, if you judge, the answer will go wrong, which means your judgment will go wrong. This is the first kind of error. Non-sampling error is first kind of error will occur due to the investigator side. Okay, number 2 will happen with the help of because of respondent side. What is the respondent side? Maybe strategic bias or under or over reporting or non-responding. And this is what I said in the last point. See, non-response error. It occurs if an interviewer is unable to contact the person listed in the sample or refused to respond. Suppose in my list, I have to meet the agriculture farmer in Mandya district. If I am unable to meet the number of people in Mandya district, or the agriculture farmer is not ready to give the reasonable information to me, so this also will make an error in my investigation. This is second side. Respondent side also the mistake will happen, and investigator side also in mistake will happen. And third mistake, which means error, third error, sampling bias. When the targeted population could not possibly be included in the sample. I told you, 50,000 people, agriculture farmers in Mandya district. I am going to select 500 people or 1,000 people to gather the information. But I am unable to meet these 5 or 1,000 people in that Mandya district. They are not ready to come out and give the information because they are angry on the government or policy or the natural environment, or they are frustrated because of the situation. So your investigation entirely will go wrong, isn't it? See here, third one, enumerator or processor. Lack of training, poor coding and editing of questionnaire, mistakes in data entry and programming. Here they have given the investigator side only, but this is the original reason for non-sampling error. Original reason for non-sampling error is sampling bias. The targeted population cannot be included in the investigation. So the non-sampling error cannot be rectified because this is happen because of the investigator side or the respondent side, or the samples cannot be included or investigated. That is known as non-sampling error. So sampling error, you know that sampling error is the difference between the sample value and actual value, isn't it? It can be rectified by taking the large number of sample. Okay thank you. Hope you understand the today concept, and we will meet in next class. Thank you thank you very much.